Welcome back to the Nap Lab. Today we're reviewing the Emma Original Lite, which was originally called the Emma Original 2. To clarify, we're testing the Emma Original Lite sold in Canada. Design-wise, this mattress is 1 inch of foam material sitting atop a pocketed coil unit and finished with a thin cooling cover. Emma describes it as an unbeatable value, and at $479 Canadian for a queen size, that may be true. But with so little comfort material, would an adult's body be able to sleep comfortably on it? Let's jump into this video and find out. On screen now is our performance scorecard from our objective and data-driven testing. As you can see, this budget-friendly mattress actually excels in most categories, but at the cost of arguably the most important one. Cooling earned a perfect 10 out of 10. Motion transfer, response time, edge support, sex, and company all earned scores in the low to mid-9s. Off-gassing was a bit lower, but still above average with an 8.3. However, the lowest performing category belongs to pressure relief with a score of 5.0 out of 10. Ultimately, this gave the Emma Original Lite an overall performance score of 8.50, which ranks it among the bottom 38% among all mattresses tested to date. While overall performance is good, the complete lack of pressure relief makes for one of the most uncomfortable mattresses I've tested to date. The Emma Original Lite is available in a single firmness, 7 out of 10, which gives the mattress a slightly firm feel. Next up, we're going to talk through what the Emma Original Lite does best. First and foremost, the mattress is incredibly affordable, being under $500 at the time recording this video. Second, the Emma Original Lite has exceptionally good cooling performance. This particular version came with the Cool to the Touch cover, pocketed coil unit that brings extra airflow, and only 1 inch of comfort material. That combination helps to greatly resist heat retention. Third, the mattress is lightning fast to respond to movement, so you'll never feel stuck on the Original Lite. However, not all mattresses are ideal for all sleepers. Let's talk through the important consideration points for the Emma Original Lite. Most importantly, pressure relief is simply horrible. The 1 inch of foam is just not enough to provide acceptable pressure relief or comfort. Second, the Original Lite only has a 100-night trial period. This is a reasonable amount of time, but also considerably below the average. Lastly, its performance is within the bottom 38% of all mattresses tested to date. This means the large majority of mattresses we've tested are better, not accounting for price. Your body weight and sleep position impact the types of mattresses that are best able to support you. Our analysis is designed to help match the correct mattress to the right body types and sleeping positions. Support on the Emma Original Lite is poor. During our tests, I felt that the mattress provided sufficient support. However, it also created significant pressure points. The pressure points made it impossible to lie comfortably in the same position for any extended period of time. In my view, for a mattress to create ideal support, it needs to be both supportive, helping to keep the spine in a neutral alignment, and it also must create pressure relief so that the body's weight is evenly distributed and the mattress is comfortable. The Emma Original Lite has a single inch of comfort material, which is considerably below average. That lack of comfort material resulted in the mattress creating an uncomfortable feel and issues with pressure relief. When we look at the support layer, we see the mattress is equipped with an 8-inch support layer. This is 0.09 inches thicker than the average support layer thickness of 7.91 inches based on all of our tests to date. While I'm pleased with the support layer, it alone isn't enough to create ideal support on the mattress. This mattress has more of a floating feel, a slightly firm firmness, and a slight body contouring hug. For some stomach sleepers, this dynamic can work, but for most back and side sleepers, this type of supportive feel will be far from ideal. The 1-inch comfort foam means it's very easy to feel the coils through the mattress. While moving around the mattress, I found it easy to bottom out the mattress and feel the coils compress all the way down to the platform bed's foundation. Based on all of my tests to date, an analysis of the materials, and my subjective experiences, I'm confident that most sleepers will find support on the Emma Original Lite to be poor. Be sure to visit us over at naplab.com/mattress-quiz. There, you can submit your needs and preferences, and we'll send you back a personalized recommendation based on your inputs. Next up, we're going to move on to our individual performance tests. At Nap Lab, we test each mattress by analyzing according to 10 different factors that impact the feel, comfort, and performance. First up, we have our cooling test. To measure cooling, we lie on the mattress for 15 minutes, allowing it to absorb body heat. Then we get out of the mattress and take periodic measurements of the surface level temperature. Our tests show how the mattress retains and releases heat and overall cooling performance. Mattresses that breathe better, retain less heat, and sleep cooler are better as they allow sleepers to maintain a comfortable temperature. The Emma Original Lite has outstanding cooling. During our test, I did not experience any significant level of heat retention around my body. This mattress has an extremely thin comfort layer, just 1 inch thick. When it comes to heat retention, thicker and higher density foam layers, especially memory foam, are typically the primary driver of that heat retention. The Emma Original Lite has the thinnest comfort layer I have ever tested in a mattress. The lack of foam material means there is simply less material in which heat can be easily retained, which allows for improved cooling performance. In our objective temperature test, we measured a max surface level temperature of 89.0 degrees Fahrenheit. This is 1.0 degrees cooler than the average of 90.0 degrees based on all of our tests to date. After getting off the mattress, the temperature declined by 4.9 degrees from minute 0 to 1, which is 0.1 degrees cooler than the average 0 to 1 minute decline of 4.8 degrees. When consider the combination of objective data, my subjective experiences, and an analysis of the materials, I'm confident in my view that cooling is outstanding. For the Sinkage test, we lie on the mattress. In addition, we use a 12-pound medicine ball to test pressure point sinkage. Deeper sinkage can cause sleepers to feel overly enveloped by the material layers, while less sinkage can make you feel that you're sleeping more on top of the mattress as opposed to in it. Sinkage is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. The Emma Original Lite has moderate sinkage. During our test, we measured a pressure point sinkage depth of 2.12 inches. This is 0.10 inches less sinkage than the average sinkage depth of 2.22 inches based on all of our tests to date. This mattress creates a slight body contouring hug and a notable floating feel. The body lies more on the mattress instead of sinking down in the mattress. This is neither good nor bad, but it is a very specific feel. To be comfortable with this sinkage dynamic, you'll need to prefer a mattress with a floating feel and no significant level of body contouring hug. The biggest problem with this mattress is the absurdly thin comfort layer. It's just 1 inch thick. This is the thinnest comfort layer I have ever seen. As a result, you can easily feel the coil layers through the mattress. To test motion transfer, we place one 12-pound medicine ball on one side of the mattress and drop another 12-pound medicine ball on the opposite side. In addition, we use an accelerometer to objectively measure the motion generated by the medicine ball drop. Lower motion transfer is better as it helps sleeping partners avoid disturbing each other during the night. The Emma Original Lite has a very low level of motion transfer. During our test, we measured a total acceleration range of 6.28 meters per second squared. This is 29% less motion transfer than the average of 8.79 meters per second squared. I was quite surprised at the low motion intensity. Typically, mattresses with a thinner comfort layer struggle more with motion transfer. But that's not what we measured here. In our motion transfer chart, which visualizes our accelerometer data, we can see the highest motion peaks from 0 to 0.6 seconds. During that time, we see a large primary motion spike and a slightly smaller secondary energy spike. By 1.27 seconds, we return to near zero levels of energy, which is 0.39 seconds longer than the average motion duration of 0.88 seconds. Certainly, motion duration is not great on this mattress. Motion duration is considerably more than the average, and we have a surprisingly long initial motion intensity period lasting until 0.6 seconds. That said, the motion intensity is still lower than average. Ideally, we want to see a lower motion duration, but it's not surprising to see that longer than average duration due to the minimal foam comfort layer. To test response time, we place a 12-pound medicine ball on the mattress. Once it's fully at rest, we then quickly remove it and objectively measure the amount of time it takes for the mattress to recover and resume its original shape. A faster response time is better, as quicker responding material layers and better adapt to your changes in movement and prevent you to have a stuck feeling. The Emma Original Lite is a mixed bag for material responsiveness with an extremely fast most recover response time and a fast fully recover response time. In our mostly recovered test, we measured a recovery speed of 0.2 seconds, which is 0.21 seconds faster than the average of 0.41 seconds based on all of our tests to date. In our fully recovered responsiveness test, we measured a recovery speed of 0.8 seconds, which is 0.21 seconds faster than the average of 1.01 seconds. The combination of all polyfoam and coil material layers, a thin 1-inch comfort layer, and moderate sinkage depth works together to create a quick material recovery speed. The quick recovery speed ensures there is no stuck feeling on the mattress, and it's easy to move around on. To run the bounce test, we drop a 12-pound medicine ball onto the mattress. We measure the maximum depth the ball sinks to before bending up, as well as the maximum height it achieved on the bounce. Bounce is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. However, more bounce is typically better than less, as it improves ease of movement, easy response time, and improves sex performance. The Emma Original Lite has a high level of bounce. During our test, we measured a total bounce height of 10.77 inches. This is 1.96 inches more bounce than the average of 8.81 inches based on all of our tests to date. The higher than average level of bounce is a result of the coil support layer and extremely thin 1-inch comfort layer. The comfort layer typically serves to reduce bounce, and the average comfort layer thickness is 4.26 inches based on the 370 plus mattresses we've tested to date. The Emma Original Lite uses just 1 inch of comfort material, which means there's very little in the way between sleepers and the coil unit, which creates a higher degree of bounce. The high bounce is great for sex and ease of movement, but is also the primary reason that motion transfer duration was considerably worse than average. For an assessment of edge support, I lie on and sit on the edge of the mattress to measure the level of support and compression. Less sinkage while sitting and lying directly on the edge of the mattress is better, as it creates a more supportive edge for sleeping, lounging, and amorous activities. The Emma Original Lite has outstanding sitting edge support and good lying edge support. In our sitting edge support test, we measured a sitting sinkage compression of 3.00 inches. This is 0.95 inches less sitting sinkage than the average of 3.95 inches based on all of our tests to date. While lying directly on the edge of the mattress, I felt that support was good in all sleeping positions. However, it's clear it doesn't rise to the excellent or outstanding level. The combination of a slightly firm feel, moderate sinkage, and more of a floating feel creates the right conditions to create better support in general, and we see that supportive feel extending to the edge of the mattress. Notably, this mattress does not use a reinforced edge with firmer coils or perimeter foam. The combination of design, material, and feel factors create solid edge support. Our sex test uses a weighted formula to assess sex performance. Higher bounce and more supportive edge are the most important factors, with noise, pressure relief, and cooling being lesser weighted inputs. Mattresses with bounce and better edge support perform better for sex, as do mattresses that don't make as much noise and are more comfortable to lie on. The Emma Original Lite has excellent sex performance. On the positive side, the mattress has outstanding cooling and edge support. At just 3 inches of sitting edge sinkage, the edge is a robust and usable part of the mattress. In addition, we measured bounce at 10.77 inches, which is notably more than average. More bounce makes for less strenuous and less tiring amorous activities. With a good but not great performance, we have noise, which we rated at moderate. The thin 1-inch comfort layer and thinner than average total height mean you are simply able to hear the coil unit far more so than many other mattresses we've tested. Lastly, we have pressure relief, which is poor. The limited 1-inch comfort layer just isn't thick enough to create a comfortable feel, which has a negative impact on sex performance. Our pressure relief test is a measure of overall pressure relief performance. We analyze the materials, layers, thicknesses, density, and design elements in conjunction with a subjective assessment of our experience while lying on the mattress. Mattresses with better pressure relief are able to create a more comfortable sleeping surface. The Emma Original Lite has a poor level of pressure relief. During our test, I felt significant pressure points on my body and generally found the mattress to be uncomfortable. The mattress is equipped with 1 inch of comfort material, which is 3.28 inches less comfort material than the average comfort layer thickness of 4.28 inches based on all of our tests to date. This 1-inch thick comfort layer is tied with only 2 other mattresses for the thinnest comfort layer we've tested to date. In my view, a single inch of comfort material is just not enough to provide sufficient comfort and pressure relief for adult bodies. The quality of the foam layers is fine, and yet there's only 1 inch of it. Even with an excellent foam quality, it just wouldn't matter because there isn't enough material here to provide adequate comfort. In our objective pressure mapping test, we measured a max PSI of 1.06. Ideally, I want to see PSI at 1.0 or less, and we don't see the Emma Original Lite able to clear that threshold. When I consider our objective pressure mapping test, material thickness, material quality, and my subjective experience on the mattress, I'm confident most sleepers will find pressure relief to be poor. To evaluate off-gassing, we assess the mattress following the initial unboxing, taking a subjective measure of any strong smells. We monitor the mattress over a period of days until the mattress no longer has a strong odor. Mattresses with a less strong smell and or a smell that dissipates more quickly are better. The Emma Original Lite had a strong smell upon the initial unboxing. The mattress smelled for 6 days. This is 1.0 days shorter than the average smell duration of 7.0 days. The company score takes a look at the factors that may influence your experience with the mattress. Factors include length of the trial period, warranty, shipping costs, return costs, and country of origin. Emma mattresses come with a 100-night trial period and a 10-year warranty. Shipping and returns are both free. So, should you buy the Emma Original Lite? Unfortunately, this is a hard one to recommend for the press relief score alone. Based on our testing results, every other category performed above average. Cooling performance is excellent. You'll be hard-pressed to overheat on this mattress. Motion transfer is another category that many mattresses tend to struggle with, but for the Original Lite, it's outstanding. Finally, its price is extremely attractive for those on a budget, being under $500 for a queen. But in my opinion, all of this means very little when press relief is this bad. With so little comfort material, you run the risk of waking up sore and unrested. In my view, the lack of comfort material makes this mattress a non-starter. I would steer clear of this model and go with the Emma Performance or Emma Original instead. The good news is the Emma Original comes in a few different versions, including one with a bit more comfort material and only a slightly higher price. If you're still considering a budget-friendly mattress, click on this video on screen now to check out that review.